what you'll see in this video today, it was originally a live commentary, so you hear some of my comments in the back, is an extremely frustrating match that, well, it turned in our way after I switched characters, and I think that's a big part of why I like this game so much, is that for every rock, paper, scissors action, there's a rock, paper, scissors reaction. There's a counter to an action, which is nice, and that's how games should be fun and balanced out. And this is why. In this case here, the opponents started with 4 of their 6 characters being Pharahs, and as much as I know, Lucio is definitely no powerhouse versus a bunch of Pharahs. The reasoning and the logic behind why I chose Lucio as a character to start, and the reason why I'm showing you me getting beat down at the start here, was because my logic being, and here's the full disclosure, I wanted to try and buff the rest of my team. I figure if the rest of my team can stay mobile, or I can provide them with the health benefits of, being around Lucio, then they can put out offensive output, they can get to the objective, and then we can apply the appropriate counter once, we've sort of countered with the right appropriate offense and such. But they didn't really choose the counter characters, and they definitely seemed quite rattled early on. Like, you see me, I'm playing way too aggressive with them now, but that's born out of frustration. That's born out of the fact that my team isn't really doing anything. So, at this point here, I was so frustrated, and I said, okay, well, what's an appropriate counter to someone that's flying? And I chose the character, of course, that everybody hates, in Bastion. Oh, man, I've never seen, in a long time, a character get so much hatred. Maybe I wasn't around for the beta, so maybe that was a prevalent reason of why. Who knows? Anyway, I'm a man of logic. Choose the logic to win the game. You want to win the game? Play the character nobody likes. So I chose Bastion, and look at how close we came to losing this. We're just about to lose, and bam, we get on the overtime objective. And Pharah here, of course, because she flies and she doesn't have any defenses while she flies other than agility and mobility, we take out 2, we take out 3 here. We're on the objective, it's looking pretty good. And originally I thought, okay, maybe they're a little bit cocky, and I got a couple of free kills because they thought they were going to win. They had pushed us back. But look, it just goes on a tear. And what I especially love is because she's highly vulnerable when she pops her ultimate. Bastion just rips right through her. It's so much fun. Like, look at that. Just shreds right through her. And that's, I think, the ultimate goal of this video, as much as it's going to be quite logical and simplistic in nature to say it out loud to those of you who think the same way as me. Always choose the counter, and that's why it's important to be good with plenty of character, or at least I'd say 2 different characters for each class, like say assault, like defense, builder, and like everything else. You want at least 1 to 2 characters that you're good with, because that way you can have a counter character if a team is full of one character, or they're strong in a particular asset. So this case here, Pharah, they're all playing assault. They're all going to be mobile in the air, but they're not going to have strong defenses. So you choose something that can shred through those defenses, even at longer range, and that's why I chose Bastion, and it worked out. We obliterated them from here on out. Like, look, we just pushed right through them. We faced, me and my buddy Lou, we had faced one team before. There was a whole bunch of Winstons, and they pushed through us on the first objective with no problem, and we tried to stay as one character, try and push them back through, and it wasn't working until a bunch of us, I think 4 of us, flipped to Reapers. The other 2 were like a Lucio Mercy combo to keep those Reapers alive, and we just shredded that team of Winstons. That was so satisfying. So that's as I've said before. Look at just keeping them at range, keeping them at bay, and pummeling them whenever they get into the air, because they're not going to have any defenses, and that's the key. Choose your counters. Try and better yourself with multiple characters, and be aware of the counters so that you can switch characters and try and win the match for your team, even if it's Bastion and the other team will hate you for it. Have a good one. what we call make an account.
Epic. Clear skies ahead.